it's time to exchange information. So I'm just going to pull up my phone here and show you. I'm going to click the link there on my phone. It pulls up my digital business card. So if we were face to face, I'll just click the QR code and I'll ask you to point your phone's camera at that. Now, if any of you were to do that now, it would take you to this site. I see you're doing it, Tristan. That's awesome. All right.
Cool. It took me to yours.
Okay. Yeah, it'll pull you right there to mine. And then if you click contact info, you can save all of my information right there to your phone. Like, how easy is it to do that, right?
I think the coolest part, click on the little sandwich button, scroll down, you can see your members, all the events, but the mini master classes, that's what's going to set this apart, along with the master classes that are coming. But now you can click on the mini master class that you like. It's broken down into sections. You've got the process here. You can scroll down, watch the video if you want. They're not very long. They're about 5 minutes each. And you can go and click on the PDF, and there you have all the notes for that specific mini master class. To me,
All right. So let's dive in, everybody. This is being live broadcast onto Facebook. I will not be able to see your questions or your chat there until after the session. So if you're on Facebook, hi, thanks for being here. My name's Dan Stewart. I'm the founder of Happy Grasshopper, and I've collaborated with Tristan and Nick to build a really great tool for you called LCA Nurture. And today I'm going to show you how to use that tool to double your best clients. Like, how cool is that, right? We want to dive in and get right to work with this. So let's double it. We can do this. I am going to share my desktop screen, and you are going to see the page where you can sign up for LCA Nurture. Some of you may be already be members. Some of you may be hearing of this for the first time. Either way, you're in the right place. This session is going to teach you what you need to know about how to double your best clients. LCA Nurture is just going to make it easier for you to do that. So here's this beautiful picture of Tristan, and then whatever that is of me next to it. Here's our title slide. Glad you guys could see that. Let's dive in, right? So why? Why should we even care about doubling our best clients other than just the profit motive, right? I mean, let's be honest. Why would we do that? I'm going to say because real estate can be awfully disruptive to having a great life. There's not an agent alive who doesn't know what it's like to get that text or that call at the worst possible time. You can run yourself ragged working with people that make you crazy. That's a reality in real estate. And yet it does not have to be that way. Here he is. Here's a man, Tristan. Good to see you, dude. Welcome.
I was being quiet watching you. I snuck in there.
All right. So we're talking about ways to double your best clients. And the place we got to start here is with why we should even care. And we all have a finite amount of time on the earth, right? Why should we spend that time making ourselves crazy in the name of income when we can have the income and be satisfied and really use our time wisely just by serving people we really enjoy? So, I think anyone who's got a business, and if you're a real estate agent, you have a business, right? You have the responsibility to decide who it is you're going to invest your time and energy with. That's a reality, right? So let's go ahead and talk about where most people start in real estate and the growth plateaus that they run into along the way. These are the 4 stages we generally find people in during some course of their real estate career. Tristan, you remember this first stage, right? It's like,
I was just talking about that the other day.
You get a license, but that doesn't mean you know how to really be a realtor. You don't really know how transactions work. You don't really know how to build a business. And that first period of time, it feels like such a struggle. And that's the first growth plateau we've got to get through. On the bottom side of that growth plateau, it feels like uncertainty. the way to get through it is to take some direction and say, you know what, I'm doing this thing. That sounds like something I want to do. And you just do it and you focus on it until you get enough traction to really understand how the industry works and build your expertise. Now, this second phase here, this pro level, hopeful stage, this is where most agents are going to spend their entire career. And let's just be honest, you can have a fantastic life in this hopeful stage. You truly can. You can earn a great living. You can have travel and vacations. You can have all the prosperity in your life that most people around the world will be super satisfied to have. And yet for others, this just isn't enough, right? So if we're going to grow through that next growth plateau, we have to make the transition from being an operator to being an owner. Right? This is a challenging thing to do for a lot of people. Like, you know, all of the team leader people that I work with, all these folks running teams, they get to a point where they're so busy, they need help just to handle all the transactions that exist. And, you know, the goal is always the same. Hey, I want to get out of production. I want to reduce it. And there are moments where like they pop their head up above into the owner space and they get pulled right back down into the operator phase. That's pretty normal. That happens. And once you're through that, your business is really a business. You have systems and processes and playbooks. If something happens, something else happens automatically. It's like all tied together. It all works together. And, you know, if you get to this level in your real estate career, you're in really rare space. You know, not everybody is going to make it at this stage. And yet for some, that's still not enough. You can become wealthy, very wealthy in this stage, but you can't become free. You know, there's a big difference between being successful and being free. And to get to that real top of the pyramid level, you need multiple streams of income. You need a staff of people to where you've become redundant in your own organization. And, you know, this is a great place to be. And yet 99% of us are never going to really operate in that space. And yet the things I'm teaching you today are useful for all of these phases. So if you're brand new or you're at the top of the pyramid, please understand that the one thing you have in common is database. It's all tied together by the way you work your database. The relationships you build with people, that you nurture with people throughout your career, that's going to determine the level of success that you can climb to. Now, that's been my total focus throughout my career. And today's session, of course, is about providing a framework for you that you can use to rise to whatever level of growth you'd like to experience. So let's go ahead and talk about the framework here. There's 3 parts. The first is characterized by understanding. Like, you just have to understand how this works. We have to get the lay of the land. We have to build a strategy to move forward from there. And that's going to require us to make some adjustments. We're going to need to make some changes to the way that we do things. And we're going to have to change the way that we communicate, right? So these are the 3 pieces of the framework that you have to understand in order to be able to double your best clients. So we're going to start with the first one. And this starts today. I mean, literally right now, you can start with this. The very first thing you need to ask yourself is, who do you love and why? And Tristan, I'd love to get your feedback here. Like, you've been licensed and doing business now for a minute. You've served clients that are best friends, and you've got some that make you crazy. Tell me about the people you love. What are they like? What is it that causes you to feel like they're your best clients?
They're less drama. So at the end of the day, they're going to be more like me. So you're going to find more people. The more people like you, like engineers are going to love engineers typically, right?
Right.
And high drama people are going to love high drama people because they just get more energy between each other. Low drama people, introverts like me, are going to love low drama introverts, right? And I think that's who I love, which in essence becomes your audience. That's who you're targeting.
Yeah. I like the way you're putting that. So, you know, each of us have the ability to say, hey, I want to work with people who are more like this and less like that. and one of the best ways to find out is to humble yourself and have some conversations with people. Like, consider, what do you think these people love about you? What do you think your best clients love about you, Tristan?
From what I've heard, for those that like me, the ones that don't like me, definitely tell me why they don't like me. The ones that like me, that were very thorough and knowledgeable, and the transactions that we do are very smooth.
Okay. All right. So smooth, great communicator, laid back, low stress. Those are all things that sound like what people appreciate about you.
Yeah, we transfer that over to the process.
Do you have a sense of what they would like you to do better?
In some cases, they weren't seeing the negotiations we were doing, because we were coming to them and just giving them what we had already done without them feeling the ups and downs of the drama in negotiations. And that, in some cases, depending on who we're talking to, backfires, because they assume like everything's easy. It's like, yeah, everything's easy, right? So you should have negotiated harder for me, right? That's what we were getting a long time ago. And we've shifted that so that we preface it differently. We've learned, dude. We've learned, because we sucked at certain things. We still suck at things. Don't get me wrong, Dan.
Of course. Sure. I mean, if we're not always trying to improve, we're really, we're not having as much fun as we could be. Growth is enjoyable, right? Personal growth as well as professional growth. So this whole process from understanding, like, these are all questions. The first one you ask yourself. The other two, you could also ask your clients. Like, imagine what would happen if you were to humble yourself and actually ask them. Like, how cool would that be, right? So the good news here is we've written these questions for you, and they're already loaded into your LCA Nurture account. So you have text messages and ringless voicemail drops that you could send today, and you'll get these feedback. It's one thing to have a framework. It's another thing to put it into action. So, jump into your account and send those messages we've written via text and via ringless voicemail drop. Now, I have a core belief that conversation leads to contracts. Okay. And I'm a relationship guy. I know for sure that everything I want to accomplish in life, it's made easier by the relationships I have. We're all connected through the relationships we have. Yep. And relationships only really live inside conversation. So, please understand that the value of sending these messages is not just getting a quick reply with the answers. It's the conversations that you get to have with these people when they're replying. Right? So I'll show you some of these questions in a moment, but I want to set the expectation of these are written in such a way that people are going to respond. You're going to get the opportunity to engage with these past clients, these vendors that you refer all the time, these other agents that you might work with. It's a great place to really build that understanding of what people value about you and where you could do a better job. So I mentioned this before. If you don't already have a LabCoatAgents LCA Nurture account, you should. Jake has put the link there in the chat. You can go grab that account. It takes about 10 minutes to get totally set up. And then we have all sorts of messaging ready to go for your past clients in Sphere, right? So you'll see that there's content in there for email, text, ringless voicemail drop, even handwritten cards, social media posts. It's all there. It's all been curated just for you. And you can use that content for all these things we've highlighted. You want to set appointments? We have messages for that, right? Need to get back in touch with your Sphere? We've got you covered. Long-term nurturing of those relationships that are critical, holidays, birthdays, transaction anniversaries, it's all loaded in there. And right now, what you're seeing in this computer graphic, that is inside LabCoatAgents. Here's the message. It says, hey, Tristan, it's Dan Stewart. Do you have a few minutes? I have 3 quick questions I'd like to ask. Now, sure. Tristan, you know me. Of course, we're going to get that reply because you know me, right? think what your clients would do when you send that. Now, Wendy, I promised you I would keep an eye on the chat, and I'm doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and answer your question. She's asking if we integrate with Follow Up Boss, and the good news is we do. So it's a piece of cake. You just pop your Follow Up Boss API key in the settings inside your LCA Nurture account, and we're going to sync up. And actually, we even push notifications to you inside Follow Up Boss, showing in your activity stream and in the contact record of what we're actually sending. So one of the things that you'll really love about LCA Nurture is there's options of different messages. So this is a slightly different text. Hey, Tristan, it's Dan Stewart. I'm curious, what did you like about working with me?
I like that message, dude.
That's a pretty direct question, right? So
Yeah.
you have options. You can choose the style, the voice that you prefer. And here's a ringless voicemail drop script. The first option there. Hello, it's Dan over at Happy Grasshopper. I'm reaching out because I'm curious if you have a few minutes to connect this week. I'm working on an important project, and I think you're the perfect person to bounce a couple of things off. So it'll take about 10 minutes over the phone, and I'd really appreciate it if you just call me back. I know you've got my number. It's 727-533-5175. Thanks. Okay. So that's my first read through here. And yet it didn't sound that much different than the way I'd regularly leave a voicemail. I'm going to encourage you to make the script your own. It doesn't have to be word perfect there for it to work. I'm also going to encourage you to resist the temptation to use that radio voice. These are all people who know you that you're sending it to. So just be yourself and you'll be fine. There's an adjust phase here that's important, because now that we've done the work of really understanding what our past clients, our best clients, love about us, we have an obligation to teach that to these strangers. So leads are strangers. They don't know you. They don't understand why they should work with you. So you should teach them what your best clients love about you. So, like Wendy, you talk about Follow Up Boss. Perhaps you have lead nurturing sequences built out there. You need to have content in there that helps them understand what your past clients and sphere love about you. Now, content sequences that really work well for lead conversion, they all have one thing in common, and that's that they set expectations that automation fulfills. Okay, so let's imagine that I get a lead right now while I'm doing this webinar, and it comes from Tristan, right? So he shows up, he's an IDX lead for me. The system can automatically respond and say something like, hey, Tristan, it's Dan over at Happy Grasshopper. Thanks for finding me online, ... I'm wrapping up a meeting and I'll call in about 20 minutes. If it's urgent, please text. Thanks. Right. And then 20 minutes later, a ringless voicemail drop that I've pre-recorded. Hey, it's me, Dan, over at Happy Grasshopper. Just following up with you like I said I would. Tell you what, check your email. I'm going to send you some email now. And I will reach out again by the end of the day if I don't hear back. Thanks. Talk soon. Bye. Right. So I record that once, and then the system can just send it out automatically over time. So it's not enough just to know what your past clients and sphere love about you. You have to adjust your communication systems to really communicate that to the people that you're working with. All the different segments of your database need to understand that. So I want to help you with some language that's going to help you really express this well to new people that you're meeting. Okay, so I call this a perfect pitch. And your perfect pitch really tells people who you help, what you help them do, and then how you help them do it. So, here's the Mad Libs version. At blank, we help blank by blank, right? So that's pretty straightforward. And I'll give you an example here. At Happy Grasshopper, we help real estate professionals increase profits by growing agent headcount and production.
Dude, that's
our perfect pitch. Super
that's
easy.
the kind of cool thing. I think you just helped agents identify kind of like their mission statement with that. It's kind of cool.
I love that we boil it down. So I'm going to go back here because, if you're watching this, this is where you screenshot it. This is where you start to do the work of filling this blank for yourself. And, if you're solo, I'm Dan. I help families live wonderful lives by finding the perfect home for them. Whatever that is, you can fill it in and make it your own so that it resonates with your best client. If your best client is, a corporate investor who's buying up as much property as they can get, at blank firm, we help corporate investors increase profits by buying lots of real estate, right? So use that, fill that in, and make that work. So let's shift now, because I know some of you are like, well, I want to use this LCA Nurture thing, but what's the deal? How much does it cost? What am I locked into? What's the contract, right? So let's cover all of that fun stuff. This program is a lifetime program. As long as you have people who know you that you would like to generate business with, you should be using LCA Nurture. Now, that doesn't mean there's any sort of contract or commitment. All of our services are provided on a month-to-month basis, and we even provide a 30-day love it or leave it guarantee. So, if you jump in, give it a try, get it set up, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is way too awesome, I want to cancel. I'll be sorry to see you go, but I'll also refund your money as long as you do it in the first 30 days. Okay?
This is way too awesome.
It's way too great. I don't deserve anything this awesome. I don't want this wonderfulness in my life anymore. Get it away. Get it away.
Oh, that's the best, dude. I've
Right?
never heard that. I'm going to use that.
So all of this, the entire service that's updated with new scripts on the regular, just like what I shared with you, it's just $47 to start and $47 per month. Like, it's that easy to start using LCA Nurture. So Jake, I noticed you've dropped that link here in the chat a couple of times. I'm going to take this slide deck down so I can show you guys what this actually looks like. This is the link that he's sharing. So you'll just click buy now, and then you'll choose whether you want a monthly plan or an annual plan. Now, those of you who pick the annual plan, you get some extra freebies here. We have an integration with Revaluate. So we'll be scrubbing your past clients at Sphere on the web to see any signs of them being likely to move, and then we'll let you know that. You'll also get 2 months free, a free digital business card, free coaching library, and you get 100% upgrade credit if you choose to purchase upgraded plans from Happy Grasshopper. So all of that is built into your plan. And what that means is when you log into your LCA Nurture account, we're going to keep you right on track with your messaging program throughout the whole year. Like, here I see a buddy of mine is likely to move. Here I see my buddies who have upcoming birthdays, upcoming transaction anniversaries. They're all identified there. And, if I want to send that ringless voicemail drop script, like, here we go. We've got 2 new options just loaded. All I have to do is click preview and then record. Like, how easy is that? Our system is now recording everything I'm saying. I can stop the recording. I can play it back, decide whether I want to use it or delete it. Right? It's just that simple, guys. Using the system is so easy to do. We have a dashboard that includes a tour. First time you're in, it's going to show you how everything works. It's going to take you around. You can restart that tour on every page whenever you choose. We also have a whole library of training videos that are here that are ready to go for you. So content for email, social media, voicemail drops, text messages, and even handwritten cards. It's all there for you as part of the service. So definitely want to...
hold on, Dan, that's like... Yep. Go back to that awesome thing. This is like the plan for the shifting market. This is the plan.
It's funny you say that, Tristan. Our business is counter-cyclical. And we are seeing a rush right now. We're all so busy right now because there's this sense that, hey, the change is coming. We got to get ready for it. It is absolutely time to shore up the relationships with the people in your database. And LCA Nurture is the perfect way to do it. So time to jump over there. Wendy, I see your question. She's asking if the fees for the ringless voicemail drop are included in the monthly fee. Yes, they are. So the only extra charges that you might ever get with us would be the handwritten cards, because they're a la carte. So like I'll create a new card here just to show you. I have to update my payment information. So what I'll do instead is just stop the screen share and I'll show you a card. That's great. So let me show you. This is one of our cards. They're all thick, high quality cards. This is what it says on the inside. And that's the font that I chose. There are tons of different fonts in there you can take a look at.
That's the handwritten, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is an integration with a company called Handwritten. And they have robots that hold actual pens to write these cards. Okay. How cool is that? So you can see it's really ink on the page instead of it being printed. And they do that for the envelopes as well. So these are $3.85 stamped and delivered. So you can't go buy a card at Hallmark and send it for that. A stamp alone is 55 cents.
Agreed.
So, yeah. All right. So I'm happy to answer whatever questions you guys have. Definitely will encourage you to head on over to the link that Jake has shared so you can learn more about it and get your account set up. One additional thing that I'm going to do just for you guys, I'm going to give you a special link here, happygrasshopper.com/white glove. Get this typed in the right way. This is for a free one-on-one setup call with a member of our support staff. So you can go there, you can book your own one-on-one appointment. Just grab that link, happygrasshopper.com/white glove, and I'll pop that here in the chat as well. Let me get this loaded. There we go. So that link is in the chat now.
I got it. I see it.
All right, cool. So I want to show you guys some of the content in the social media area. The reason we create these social media posts, we feel like there are a lot of solutions out there to help you advertise on social. What we're focused on is just starting conversations. So you'll notice these are real estate related topics. We're starting conversations on real estate related things, but we're not like actively marketing your listings, right? There's a difference there. And all of this content is designed to be copied by you. You download the image and then you post it from your own device. So this way the algorithms know it's coming from you and not from a third party. So they're likely to share it with a larger audience. So, you know, you'll see there's some content that has nothing to do with real estate, but it's about relationships. Like homeownership is such a thing, you know, all of these, the content is like fun and friendly and easy to share. And it's really designed to help make sure that the people in your social sphere online, they don't forget what you do for a living, but they also see that, you know, you're a fun person as well. So, you know, would definitely encourage all of you to open your LCA Nurture account. You notice there's a ton of content that's loaded here. This content is entirely new once every 2 weeks. So it's always fun and fresh about things that are happening now. Wendy, I see your question. How much setup is required? For most people, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. If you book that one-on-one setup call with a member of my staff, we're going to do the lion's share of the work for you. Who looks up the birthdays? Well, you do, obviously. So I'd love to tell you we could just, you know, sense what these birthdays are, but there's no super reliable way to pull that information. The good news is that you can use LCA Nurture to find out. So, add a PS line to one of the emails. By the way, I'm updating my database. What's your birthday? And, you'd be surprised how many people will reply and just tell you. So it's easy to get that. And I see, are the closing dates uploaded in a CSV with the contact info? So in each account, you have the ability to create custom fields. So you could create a custom field for whatever you'd like. Transaction dates are in everyone's account automatically so that we can tell that transaction anniversary. So that would just get uploaded along with your regular import. So when you're adding contacts into your account, you can do that here as a bulk upload, or you can just click upload over here. It's going to pull in all of that information for you. And then you'll be able to, you could click on a contact record. You can see where people are located if you have their address. It all shows up there. So hope that's helpful. One other thing I want to show off here. I'm a big fan of digital business cards. We're crawling out of our COVID holes. I'm back on the road speaking at real estate events, and I have not reprinted business cards. I'm just using my digital business card. So the way this thing works is pretty cool. It's built into your LCA Nurture account. And, so you're face-to-face with somebody. It's time to exchange information. So I'm just going to pull up my phone here and show you. I'm going to click the link there on my phone. It pulls up my digital business card. So if we were face-to-face, I'll just click the QR code and I'll ask you to point your phone's camera at that. Now, if any of you were to do that now, it would take you to this site. I see you're doing it, Tristan. That's awesome. You're muted, Tristan. So you've got that there. Oh, maybe you don't.
You
put it back.
There it is.
All right.
Cool. It took me to yours.
Okay. Yeah, it'll pull you right there to mine. And then if you click contact info, you can save all of my information right there to your phone. How easy is it to do that, right? Now, iOS has an update here, so you need to go to the bottom and either create a new contact or add to an existing contact, right? So make sure you do that before you click done. So it's super easy to get your information into the phones of other people, and then you're going to want to grab theirs. So you just click the plus and quickly type in first, last, phone, and email, right? Now, what that's going to do is add those people to your LCA Nurture account so that they're going to get your next communications from you. So this is my favorite new tool. I love using this. I don't think I'm ever going to carry business cards again, quite frankly. I dig it.
I love it too, dude. I found everything I wanted about you now on social.
You have it all. One thing that each member can do is configure what they want to appear. So you'll notice I put my calendar here. So if people want to book an appointment with me, that's an easy way that they can do it. And it just makes it easy. How often are you going back and forth, juggling a schedule or whatever? This is all saved now to the contact record. It makes it easy for people to get in touch with you, which in real estate, that makes a difference, right? Makes a big difference. All right. So Tristan, I notice we're running a little long here. I'm happy to hang out if you are. If there are any more questions, we can get them answered.
I think we got them all, dude. I answered a couple in the Facebook group.
Cool.
We got them all here. I like it.
All right. Good stuff. Well, remember, let's go double our best clients, everybody. We can do it.
I like that.
All right.
Thank
Cool.
you so much, buddy.
Take care.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye.